What's up, YouTube? We're back again with the Cherokee, and hopefully this time we get this engine in there. I was having some trouble with these motor mounts. They're China motor mounts, so the bolt holes weren't drilled properly, so I had some trouble, getting them wide enough and opened enough to get the bolts to fit. So I did that and put the headers on, and I put these flanges on just for to check some clearance and stuff. So got this set up like this. This is an engine leveler I picked up from OfferUp for cheap, but it doesn't really work all that great, so that's why it's cheap. And I had to weld an extra piece of chain. This is just extra, just in case, on all four corners, just to get it even. So what I'm about to do now is lift the engine up, throw it in there, and then I make these little legs. So I can put them on here once the engine is where I want it, and cut it to the shape of the motor mount plates I made. So both of them are on there. Well, it's in, but I still have to figure out the spacing between the firewall and the back of the engine. And what else? Clearance, I also have to check for that. That's pretty good right there. All right, so I was trying to adjust the engine to where I wanted it, and even then there is some room right here, and I could run dual electric fans, but I wanted to run the Ford fan, 2-speed fan, and just have one. And so I can't push the engine back for that, because there's literally like 1/4 of an inch between this and the fan. So what I have to do is either, this is the problem, because of this I can't move the engine this way and back more. What I'm thinking of doing is just hammering this in. It's not much, it's just this tiny bit right here. And another little issue I'm running into is this fitting. I think the 4x4s or something like that, or the trucks had this extra sensor thing and all that. So I'm gonna just remove it, because it's coming in contact with the shaft. Other than that, everything clears. Right here it's super close to the shaft, but once I hammer that side in, I'm gonna be able to adjust a little more. All right, so now the engine is in there, and I didn't record the whole process of cutting and shaping the legs of the motor mount because it was just time consuming, but I have been working on it for a couple of days. So this is what it looks like. So I just threw some tacks on there. I'm gonna take them off, clean them up, grind them down, and re-weld them. But yeah, everything is on there, all the accessories. This pulley does clear the steering box as it is. It has very minor clearance, but it does clear. I might pick up another pulley. I've been looking them up online. I think a Camaro V6 pulley works better, but I have to look into that. And I have a lot of clearance up here. I'd say about 2 to 3 inches from the top of this, or even from there, from that little nipple right there, have about an inch and a half. But then again, this is the Baja Fibers cowl hood, and this is what the hood, it's mocked up, it's just sitting on there, it's not completely on there, but I mean, I still have enough clearance. And so far with the passenger side headers, that there, the spray paint, that's where I have to massage the firewall a little bit, and then there's a little bit right there just on the corner of the head it's very minor. So I'm gonna pull the engine out and hammer those places in. For the driver's side, I don't know how you guys can see this, but it is a tight fit to put them on. I have to unbolt them from the actual motor and pull the motor up a little bit, and then remove the motor mount from these little legs. On this side, the only place that comes in contact with the firewall is that last bolt for the header, but it's on this little lip. So what I'm thinking of doing is just hammering it flat to one side, and then back here we still have enough space to reach for that sensor and stuff like that. I'm gonna see how close the radiator fans are to the water pulley. If not, I'm thinking of re-drilling these holes for the radiator down here. Not sure yet. Alright, so now that we have the engine where we want it, I threw on the steering box and the shaft, which is not connected, but I just want to get a rough idea of where I should kind of hit it with the grinder. It's not touching, but it's really close. And this is with the stock pulley, so I have a little bit of clearance. Figured this out once going in for the last time. I might do the smaller pulley and the transmission mount. We're gonna figure that out once I throw it in, because I'm thinking of going with the long arm that has a cross member. So that's gonna have to get welded to the cross member. But for now, let's just finish these motor mounts. So I'm gonna pull out the engine and get to work. Right, so now we moved inside the garage because it got dark outside. And these are some pretty bad tacks I did just to hold it in place. And now what we're gonna do is just run a bead on this side and on the inside on both of the little legs. And then I'm gonna cut a little piece of metal right here just to bridge it, box the motor mount a bit. Might not do it to the bottom, I'm not sure yet. Alright, so I burned them in. See how they came out. Not the best welds, but I'm pretty sure they'll hold. I hope. Okay, so I'm gonna get the other one set up and then we'll burn them in. The engine is out, and I'm also going to start ordering all the parts that I'm gonna need, all the sensors I'm gonna need, all the gaskets, all the pulleys. Basically everything's gonna be brand new. I also have to start sanding this down, which I might record, I might not, I'm not sure. It's just a long process. First I'm gonna hammer all these spots in a bit. So if you guys are more interested on these Cherokee Ellis swap videos, make sure to like the video and or leave a comment so I can know to get back on this build more often and not the other ones. But yeah, just remember to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.